Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
In today's episode, we're going to show you our adventure from the end of December with our friend Tez.
Yeah, and along us, we had our friend Michael doing a solo mission on his stabbycraft.
The plan was to go and chase some snapper at Mount Martha and then try and get some live yakas, so around 11 o'clock to go to the rip and try for kingies.
That was the plan. But actually, we spent a little bit too much time at Mount Martha. We got a few fish, but by the time we were ready to go, the slack in the rip was gone. So rip wasn't an option. So we went to plan B.
Well, let's watch the first video.
Enjoy.
We got to Berry Beach just after sunrise and boat ramp parking was full. We launched pretty quick and we were on our way to Mount Martha. With us we had Tez and Chiquita, and along us our friend Michael on a solo mission. It took us a bit to get there as it got choppy on the way, but as we got there, we were on. One of our heavy kingfish setups that had a scallop Reedy's rig took off in no time. It was loaded with silver whiting head, and this time Tez was on a nice snapper. At first, Tez was struggling a bit as the snapper put up a bit of a fight, plus I believe he was a little bit scared not to lose it. TB grabbed the net and we were ready. Few minutes later, the fish was still peeling the line, but Tez was in control. Slowly, he brought the fish close to the boat and TB managed to get it in the net.
Yes, baby.
The face expression and smile on Tez was priceless. As you see here, the orange Reedy's rig, so-called scallop, worked a treat. This year we had a great success on those rigs loaded with silver whiting head or a cube. Tez started taking his clothes off and he was ready for more action. It was time to take few photos, reload all the rods and start again. In meantime, I was having fun on light gear catching pinkies. I was using a light Lox rod with a Shimano Stradic 2500 and a small size 2 hooks on a Snell rig with a small ball sinker. It worked pretty good and some pinkies were actually decent size. The bait I was using was half a pilchard. Then, not long after, Michael arrived next to us. The big rod with the same scallop, Reedy's rig and silver whiting took off again. This time, I was fighting the fish. Again, by the head shakes, we knew it was a snapper. Tibby gave the camera to Tess, grabbed the net, and we were ready. As it came close to the boat, Tibby put the net in the water and I just guided the fish in it. We landed our second fish and there were smiles everywhere. This one came with a bonus flathead on the lower hook.
Very good. There you go.
It was time to take some pictures. As you saw in the previous video, so far it was a pretty successful session.
Definitely successful session. And what surprised me, we actually got more fish on Paternoster, actually ready scallop rigs, loaded with silver whiting, than on the running rigs, like the unweighted rigs that we normally use, 2 snell hooks, and well, the year before, previous years, was the snell that actually worked.
In the next video you will see we are still at the same spot and Michael managed to get a nice snapper and I had a beautiful surprise on light gear.
Enjoy the next video.
As we were rebaiting the hooks, we heard Michael saying, "I'm on." We watched him reeling and then netting his snapper. He was over the moon.
Michael.
Put Emma on FaceTime. Yeah.
Show me. Where are you?
Put her on FaceTime.
Shall I get that? Oh, you got the. Shall I get that?
After a while, I got tired and TP offered to take over, but my answer was no. After good 10 minutes, I had a fish at the boat. Then I decided to make another few runs. It was exhausting, but exciting as well. I wasn't worried about the rod giving up, as the rod is a really good quality, but I was worried that she will bite through the 20-pound leader, or being small hooks, snapper this size can drop easy. We saw color, so Tibby took the net and we were ready to land it. Slowly, I guided it into the net and she was a big snapper on a light gear.
Oh, and he touched the go back. Open the boat, please.
So in this situation, we were really lucky. Then it was time for some photos and start again.
Because that's really nice fish.
Oh, come on, you're kidding me.
Nice.
As you've seen in previous video, you can actually catch a big fish on the light gear. Well, it's really important to have the drag right. Don't panic, don't rush. If normally snapper will just take off and she peels your line and that, let her be. So eventually she'll stop, and once she does stop, you're in control. And then when you bring it back, she might make a couple more runs and that, but just don't panic and lock the drag, because if it's light gear and light line, it's gonna snap.
Well, the best part about the light gear is the fun factor. The adrenaline starts pumping and you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, what happened next? We're supposed to go get some live bait, like yakas, and go to the reef, but we missed the tide because we stayed too long. So this time we done a bit of a shuffle around and we end up at Port Arlington chasing some squid.
Let's watch the next video. Well, we did stay in this area a bit longer, but snapper disappeared. So we decided to go to Port Arlington and chase some squid. As we got there, water was clear, so we could easily see the grass patches and we were on. Tess got the first squid on a bright pink jig. And in no time, I got the second one on Shimano banana color. Saying that, the very next one took the orange color jig. Looked like they were not fussy at all. We made few moves and we did manage quite few. After a while, we anchored in the same area and started catching some King George whiting. We did get quite few, but only couple keepers. Somehow, this area has lots of whiting, but they're quite small. Reedy Stignos the rig as usual, and this time we used some local mussels that we got from the van at Port Arlington Pier. It seemed to work a treat. Great day out, and most important it was to see Tess happy, laughing and enjoying himself. Limeburners boat ramp is situated in East Geelong. This is one of the busiest ramps in this area, providing access to Corail Bay and Western Port Phillip for a variety of recreational activities including fishing for snapper, flathead, calamari and whiting. Here, 3 boats can launch at any time. The area is protected by a rock wall, so high winds are not a big problem. One thing to keep in mind, as you get out, there is a sand island in front of you, so you have to navigate between the rock wall and the markers. Here is an example how to navigate this area. Here, you can launch any size trailer boats. At this boat ramp, you will see Harry from Eden Craft doing water tests on new boats, also the boys from Geelong Marine World, and some local charter operators. There is plenty of parking, and there is a plan in place for some more. Plus, there is a plan to expand launching facilities to be able to launch 5 boats at a time. There is also a cleaning table and a toilet block facility.
All right, before we go, I would like to say thank you to all of you guys that purchased our t-shirt in support of Happy Fisherman Adventures. People that come to Geelong Marine World to see me. People that went to Mick at Hooked on Bite and Tackle in Hoppers Crossing. Actually, we did get a few messages from people saying thank you for pointing us or directing us to Mick, because Mick was very helpful. And yeah, Mick is a people person.
Mick knows his stuff.
Well, he knows his stuff. Backwards, next to none when it comes to knots, rigs. He's got amazing setups and gear and all that stuff, and he likes to help.
Ask all the charters.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of charters actually go and purchase their stuff through Mick.
Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you next week.
By the way, ask Mick where the fish is. Everybody talks, so Mick knows where the fish is.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it